In this video, I'm going to explain how I beat the very first level in one of the most difficult Kaizo Mario ROM hacks ever created. The Reeling is the opening level from the Kaizo ROM hack Casio Mario World, a game notoriously recognized as being one of the most difficult Super Mario World hacks ever created. In this level, homing bullets chase Mario for the duration of the level, adding pressure to the already incredibly tight platforming the player must deal with. This video is part of a series I've been editing myself where I discuss some of the more intricate details of what goes into beating difficult Mario levels, so please take a second to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, because it helps me to be able to continue making these more than you might realize. The beginning of the level is a nice callback to the original Kaizo Mario World, where bullet launchers are aimed at Mario. The difference is, the bullets these cannons fire are homing bullets that continuously chase Mario, and I need to manipulate these in a way that will let me get through the level safely. I found the easiest way to survive the beginning was to run towards the pipe and jump to force the bullets into moving in a larger arc so that I could bounce on top of them to get over the munches. As soon as I land, more bullets are fired. I want to maximize my jump height and air time, so I get a small run up before I jump, which gives me an entire extra block of jump height so that I can land on the tip of the pipe. The remaining bullets are bunched together now, and I need to use them to make it to the one tile gap above. Everything here is timed perfectly if I keep moving. The Chuck is ready to jump, so if I fall off the pipe before his animation starts, he'll jump towards me, to the right, and I can bounce twice to make it to the next obstacle. A running jump is needed to make it to the winged platform, and then I need a perfectly timed run to fall off of it before I slam into the muncher ceiling, and bounce across a couple more bullets. Bouncing on this Chuck several times will allow another bullet to fire, which I can then use to give the Chuck some time to run to the right so I have something to safely bounce on. Then I have a couple of easy filler jumps giving me a brief rest before the hardest obstacle of the first half of the level. The bounces on these Chucks are incredibly precise, and I need to bounce from Chuck to Chuck so that they can reset their animation. The reason for this is that when Chucks are injured, Mario will bounce off them like he would any other sprite, but when the animation is worn off, the Chuck will give Mario a forced bounce away from him, making it much easier to clear these munches and grab the midway point. Man, this song's a bop. The second half of the level is where the game tries to reinforce that tight jumps are a major part of this game's design. A little bit of forced waiting at the beginning will let the fuzzies set themselves up, and then a perfectly timed bounce on the left fuzzy will let me just make it to the right fuzzy with pixels to spare. A very good jump regrab will let me return to the first fuzzy before making another giant leap to the second one. This is the only bullet for the remainder of the level, and I must keep it alive so that I can reach the goal tape. At many points it gets incredibly close to Mario. Some simple but well-timed jumps can manipulate the bullet in a way that lets me get behind it to get over the pipe. I then have to bounce on the Chuck and do a dance with the bullet while the Chuck becomes unstunned so that I can reposition him to get a bounce up onto the rotating platform. This part gave me a few issues because I didn't realize that I had just enough time to stay there while the bullet tried to catch up, and as soon as I actually attempted it, it just worked. It's tricky to time, but running off of the platform as it falls so that I can bounce across this Galoomba with a perfect jump regrab lets me across to the final obstacle. I want to point out too that Wyatt made the ceiling here the perfect height where most other level designers fail. Usually these jumps are set up with the ceiling one tile lower, which means that if I do a jump regrab just a little too well, Mario will get a couple extra pixels of height that will cause him to hit the munches and die. As it is in this level, there is no other possible jump other than a regrab that will get me past this obstacle, and the ceiling being one tile higher literally just means that I can't accidentally die because I did the jump too well. Thank you, Wyatt. I can't really explain the ending of this level. It's literally another dance with the bullet where I'm trying to send it upwards as it gets close so that I can sneak underneath and get behind it. Surprisingly, this didn't give me much trouble because I was careful with timing my jumps, and as you're about to see, this is why I can't afford to kill the bullet until now. Oh god, is this it? No, yes, yes. This level took me about 30 minutes to beat, and I would argue is also probably the easiest level in what is considered to be one of the hardest Kaizo mountains to climb. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to go and check out my other videos in this series.